And we are back. We've been having some technical difficulties today, but that is all right because we're back in the building. We were talking about this is part two of the broadcast that we were doing where there was a gentleman, well, a guy who was saying that asking what does a woman have to bring to the table and that can't be bought, etc. And so this is him right here. So this is the guy. I'm going to give you all a few moments to come in because we just finished getting frozen and bumped out. And then we are, make sure that you thumbs up, like the video. I am your host, Tanya TKO. I'm a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse looks like in your own life. And so we're back in the building. This is our third go round. We were having a jamming session that was amazing. And then as soon as we went to go read the apples, we got bumped out. But that's fine because we're coming back in now. We're going to read the apples again. I'm just going to give you all a few moments to come on in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. I don't know if Mercury is back in retrograde. I don't know what is going on, but we've just been like normal things that would normally work just aren't working. And I don't know why. I don't know why. So somebody was crying. No need to cry. We're back. And if you're a part of the text notification squad, you get a text notification when we go live. Let me... Oh, we haven't gotten our new text yet. Hold on. What is going? You know what? We sent out so many texts today. I wonder if we are... What's going on? All right. So... Kay says she can't get through the paperwork without this live. Let me just check on the text notification because those go out, and because we didn't have the 15-minute lead in, with the music and all of that, so YouTube is staggering. 47 people on YouTube, 156 on Facebook. We had 1,000 on YouTube before when it crashed. So people are coming in. Let me just check on the text notification. Like some people are like, oh, what is the purpose of the text notification? Reasons like this, when we have technical difficulty and the website doesn't send out. There we go. All right, that is the text notification. It just went out. So welcome back in, everybody. Welcome back in. Let's continue to talk and get this. Let me turn down my AC a little bit because let me just turn this down because I'm heated right now. I'm heated, but it's okay. Welcome back in, L. Text notification crew. Go ahead and throw your 10s up as you come in. Welcome in. Welcome. I appreciate you all. You all are the reason that we are able to do what it is that we do here each day. So thank you all very much. And now we've jumped up to 110 on YouTube, and the numbers are continuing to go up. So let's just jump right back into it. Let me get my correct audio profile loaded so that we don't have speakers. All right. Ray just got his notification. Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So where did we leave off? We left off with the apples, right? We're going to try it again because the graphics should be working. There's no reason that we should be having malfunctions from simple little graphic things. And the only thing is that some of the people who sent apples might not be here yet. But there's a lot of apples, so should we just get started into that, or let's reiterate what it is that we were talking about, and then we'll come back to the apples, okay? That way, at least when the people who sent apples come in, they will be able to see their apples when we read them in just a moment. So this is the video we're reviewing. Here, let's go forward. And the sad part about it is, look at these pretty young ladies. We have ladies on different scales of the preference on the stage here, and still the dusty logic just continues to pervade, Let's go.
Who was making how much money? This is our home.
What you're bringing to this table is a service that can be paid for versus what a man has to bring to the table for your life. You can't buy somebody to buy you a home. I could buy somebody to cook and clean for my house. I can't buy a person to come give me a house, give me a car, take care of me.
Oh, gosh. This is so sad. Honestly, it's just really sad, honestly. It's just, I really don't know how we move forward as a people. It's like women, we just really have to leave this behind, honestly. We really just have to leave this behind. What's that? All right. It's on like popcorn. All right. So we have a lot of apples to read through. So as we read through them and you come in, just go ahead and thumbs up and like the video. I find this to be really disheartening, this man's sentiment. Oh, gosh. Let's just go. All right. So Lisa sends $5 for support. Thank you very much, Lisa. We appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Shavega sends $2 and says, be able to identify real, broken, and toxic men. Yeah, absolutely. We do need to be able to identify that. And the toxicity on this panel is just so severe. Like, it's like they don't even know. They don't realize how toxic they really are because they feel that they're doing and saying the right thing. They just don't realize that. This is why it's up to you to do what's right for you. Don't jump through these hoops. Just jump out the door. Joy sends $1 and says, too many males majoring in the minors. Girl, listen. Ciao. And then Uche sends $7 and says, real men provide, dusty boys complain. Exactly. Exactly. And it's like, ugh, God, it's sickening. T sends $15 and says, seems only black men complain about being providers. Yeah, I've never seen this in any other group of people ever. I've never seen Asian men like, oh man, why we gotta I've never seen Indian men. It's like families that matchmake for the young ladies. The men don't go to the fathers and the patriarchs and the matriarchs of the family. It's like, why are you looking into my finances? What difference does it make? No, it's like only here. Only here. Ben sends $1 and says, too entitled. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just unbelievable. Dominique sends 222 and says, thanks for pausing a lot. So much dust. Choking. I know that's right. Listen, I know. Girl, I feel you. Exactly. All right. Sharice sends $10 and says, women bring life. Game over. Tornado or dust storm. Exactly. It's unbelievable. Asia sends $1 and says, this man has many lonely nights ahead of him. You know, you never really know. You never really know because for every dust bucket, there's a dust bunny hopping into that bucket, trying not to be lonely for the night. AMK sends $10 and says, this is crazy. They seem scorned from their exes or scorned by life. Because if you're just scraping by with your little $23,000 to $40,000 a year and you trying to figure out why women got it so good. And look, you don't know what women got to do. You don't know what women have to do in exchange for, or in exchange. You don't know what they have to do. You don't know what each woman in any relationship has to do. And you may not be willing to do that. Angelita sends $20 and says, why start a relationship? He needs a maid. Yeah, and then he's going to wonder why he's 60 5 years old on a ventilator in hospice care, wondering why nobody wants to come visit him. Because all those men he met in the parking lot and the Living Out Loud concert, sucking D in the parking lot, they're not going to be there for you when you old and gray. Master Reflection sends $2 and says, these men have zero interest in hearing them out. Exactly. They don't want the women to talk. Exactly. They just want them to shut up so that they can sit there and just preach to them. Because it's like they want to be the boss without paying the cost. It's so dumb. Master Reflection sends $2 and says, for all those quote unquote men are feminine, so convo is dead. Yeah, exactly. Angela sends $5 and says, these nakers love to overestimate their value, LOL. Absolutely. Exactly. Like, it's them who are really not needed. You all said a block of cheese and some powdered milk took them out the home in the 70s. So if a block of cheese and some powdered milk could get you out the home, that means you weren't really needed. If a block of cheese took you out, damn it. And if you were standing out there cursing the block of cheese, listen, I'm telling you, if some carnation milk got you out the house in the 70s, you wasn't really doing much in that house. L says, my ex-GF should not be showing full-grown men up. Shaking my head. L, I didn't know that you dated women. How interesting. And so your ex-girlfriend is showing these men up? That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is embarrassing. This is truly embarrassing. Oh, my Lord. So,
But so I don't think a man.
Hold on. And so Elite says, so the comments have moved by very quickly. So Elite says he can buy food, pay for cleaning, pay for laundry, pay for sex. He don't need a relationship then. What is he fighting for? What he's fighting for, and I'm glad you brought that up, because what he's fighting for is to humiliate Black women. He's fighting to let them know you don't have any effing worth or any effing value. So just get yourself knocked down a peg because you aren't all that. Your womb ain't all that. I got a bussy. I can suck with the jaws of life. He don't need you. Because let me tell you something. What comes out of your bussy is not a baby. I'm telling you, it's not a baby. You don't bring life. If anything, it's death and funk and damnation that comes out of there. You don't even want to be around that. And he doesn't look, no. He looked like he drinks all these protein powders and all this stuff. And no, what comes out of there is not life. It's not. He just wants to bring women down a notch and a peg. So let's continue going forward. Let's see what we have here. I don't know where we start.
I can and I will. I'm just gonna interject here. Can I do that? So I just want to say that besides Aaron, I feel like other women have a different approach on what they bring to the table. So me specifically, I'm not a female that says I cook, says I clean. I could definitely do all those things, but I definitely don't want anyone to feel like that's my job as a woman in a house. So yeah, I'm not going to come and say that.
Exactly. And you know what? Oh God. I'm so glad she said that, because this is an excellent point. Because what a woman, and I'm glad that she brought that up, because she's like, I'm not going to say that cooking and cleaning is my job, because listen, I personally will always have housekeepers that come through, because the type of person that I am, the human that I am, my time is best invested in doing the things that I do to help society at large, not elbow grease up, plunging out a toilet and doing all this other stuff. My time is best invested in doing the things that I need to do to advance society, to advance my family, etc. Not elbow deep inside of a toilet bowl. So we're still going to need a maid. Or a housekeeper. We're still going to need a cleaning service and landscapers and all of that. We're still going to need that. So come on, let's continue.
that's what I'm doing. Me as a female, as a boss, as an entrepreneur, I'm gonna dish the money. You'll never know that I make more than you, that I make less than you. I'm always gonna treat my partner as an equal. Even if I'm making more than you, I will never want to take the masculinity away from my partner, in saying, oh, well, I make more and blah blah blah. But if we're gonna go half and half on the bills, I'll pay this bill and this bill. What you paying this month? I'm gonna dish out the money, and I've always been.
But listen, you could tell.
You know something? Look, he's not even listening to her. Like when she's talking and the camera comes to him, he's like digging in his something. Look at him when the camera switches over. Look, I want you to see him. He's like, I just want you to look at him. Look.
Paying this month.
Look, you see him?
I'm gonna dish out the money, and I've always been
just waiting for the opportunity to talk.
First of all, you're not gonna be my wife, and I don't know how much money you make. That just doesn't even make sense to me.
It's not like literally you don't know how much I'm making, but I'm not going to make it obvious in our households.
Wait, but let's talk about. He's bringing up something real.
So say if you and your say if you and your man, right? Y'all partner, you and your partner, right? You're equal, right? According to Amanda, you're equal, right? Y'all got $10,000 in a joint account, right? You make more money than him.
Can we clarify how the 10,000 got there? No, is it 50-50?
Yeah, is it 50-50?
Listen, it can be. Listen, you're right. Just say you put in. It's 50-50. Just say it's 50-50. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it even because that's your equal, right? So now, so now this man, he needed a car.
I'm sorry.
Right? You make more money than him.
Just too much dust.
And he takes $9,000 and go buy a car.
It was too much dust. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't put up with that. And I know, but I'm gonna just say it like this.
Oh.
So I do work hard for my money.
Just got too dusty.
And I'm only downplaying how much money I make.
It was too dusty.
To, I don't know, appease you, I guess. But I do want to reference, I never remember this movie every time I want to talk about it, but that Tyler Perry movie where Janet Jackson got the HIV because her husband was cheating. Anybody know that movie?
Something for Black Girl.
What did I miss when I was dusting? It just was, I didn't want the broadcast to go down again, so I had to clean up all the dust. I'm sorry, it was too much. It was too much. What did I miss? It was that 9,000, taking 9,000 out of the account mess and madness, right? It's too much. It's too much. It was too much.
Four color girls.
Yeah. Right. She was a lawyer. She made more money than her husband, and her husband took out a lot of the money out of their joint account, and she was pissed, and I understand. That's not okay. But, and then now I do want to reference Crazy Rich Asians, where the girl felt guilty for having way more money than her husband, so she used to shop on the low. So that's maybe something I would do, but not like shop on the low, but have a different account.
But what is the problem? Please help me out here. What is the problem for a man don't mind his woman making more money than him? What is the problem?
I don't personally believe that there is a problem for people who make that decision. If that's your decision to not feel a certain way, baby, that's on you. But as for me, in my house, this is how I feel. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of women of a certain age and of a certain tax bracket may feel the same way.
Well, I actually want to say, and I kind of agree with one thing that she says, and she said of her age. And that's a big factor because, I really, really sat down and thought about this, and I personally feel like, you got the typical traditional way, right, where the man has to provide the house and everything, right? Because growing up in the 1985, let's just say, or 1940s, women had less rights or made less money. So the man had to compensate for the restrictions that they placed on women. But now we're in 2021.
No, I'm about to use profanity. Let me tell you something. Let's pull up. Let's pull up Google. I'm sorry, I'm discombobulated right now. There's dust all over my computer. There's dust everywhere. I'm discombobulated. Let's pull up Google. All right? Let's pull up Google. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Let's pull up Google over here, right? Let's get this. Let's see what we're gonna. Okay. Species of birds who male builds nests to attract mates, right? All right. The bowerbird, listen, male birds who build elaborate nests. Come on now, we do not want this sound playing here. All right. There's no salary in the animal kingdom. These are the different birds. They build these elaborate nests. Some of the birds even, you know what? Let's see if we can go to the images and see some of these nests, right? Because some of these birds, right, will make nests and put food out in the front and put shiny trinkets and all these things and show the female bird that he can provide. And he does this to attract a mate, to be able to come and mate with him because he wants his genes to go on. He wants to have that family. He wants all of that stuff. So there are species of birds that will, please, don't ever let these men try to tell you, don't ever let them try to tell you that they don't need to bring anything to the table, because even birds know. Even birds know. So there are species of birds where the male birds make these huge nests, and they go and they bring food and they put the food out on the front mat and all of this stuff, and they sing their song. And they're like, I can take care of you. Look at my house for you. Look at this birdie, come and bring your eggs to me. And they're singing and they're chirping and they're flying around with their fancy colors, because they want to let you know, they have the fancy colors if they want to let you know that your children will have that the offspring will have a genetic advantage with this plumage that's just so beautiful. They want you to know that they can be able to provide for you and the eggs. It's only niggas. And I hate to use that word. It's only niggas that come out here angry about having to provide. Even birds bring food to let the little chickadees know, I can provide for you. I can take care of you. It is my job, my duty as the male. And here these nakers are out here talking about, why must I? What are you going to do? What you bringing to the table? They are fucking lost. They're lost. And they need to be cut out from the dating pool. Mr. Dior bandana with the swinging earring, we don't have to worry about him procreating. I don't really think he's really interested in that anyway. I don't think he's really interested in that. So we don't have to. We need to start cutting these men out from the gene pool. We really do. Women, womb holders, you need to cut them out. You really do, because they are not fit to thrive. They're not forward thinking. They don't appreciate your womanhood. They don't appreciate your femininity. They don't know why they want to be in a relationship. Let me just tell you this. A man who is ready knows what he needs a woman for. A man who is ready knows what he wants a woman for. You see, there's different women on the stage. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and because this is part 2, I'm going to play his main statements, because I don't know who will watch the first part versus the second part. But we're going to get his statement out here, right? We'll play it at the very beginning, right?
To buy you a home. I could buy somebody to cook and clean for my house. I can't buy a person paid for versus what a
home for us. You know, and it didn't matter who was making how much money. This is our home.
What you're bringing to this table is a service that can be paid for versus what a man has to bring to the table for your life. You can't buy somebody to buy you a home. I could buy somebody to cook and clean for my house.
Why would you need to buy somebody to buy you a home when you can buy your own home? You are moot, Naker. You're moot. People don't need you. You're not needed. 40, 50 years ago, black men were replaced with a block of cheese and powdered milk. That women made the decision back then that it was better to have a block of cheese, according to them. According to the Nakerology of 2021, they're like, food stamps took us out the home. Let me tell you something. If a voucher for some food or standing in a line to get a block of cheese and some powdered milk took you out the home, you wasn't doing shit in that home. Let's continue. I'm sorry.
House. I can't buy a person to come give me a house, give me a car, take care of me.
And he thinks he's cute, right? I'm so glad that there's so many different women on the stage. Let me just get into my point real quick because the video ended last time before we could even get into the point, right? Let me just say this. Every relationship is different. What does one man need in a woman? What does another man need in a woman? What does one woman need in a man? What does another woman need in a man? Your partner is your partner. Let me tell you, my mother died when I was a teenager. And so I can tell you some of the things that women bring into a relationship, right? A woman makes a structure, a four-walled structure, no matter what it is. She makes it into a home, right? That woman becomes your family, and if she's fertile, she will multiply with you and create new offsprings. If she wants, if that's what you all decide, she will do that. Not every woman has to give birth. Not every woman will. Not every woman can. Not every woman wants to. That's fine. When my mother died, holidays died with her. Those snowflakes, the little decorations, the streamers, the stockings up by the fireplace, the beautiful curtains. Like some men, like, you know, my father is an amazing patriarch, right? But he was not, if I showed you the curtains that went up on the home after the ones that my mother, like the tapestries, the curtains, the furniture, the holidays, the Christmas trees, the Thanksgiving, the having these meals. If you would see, if my father, if it were left up to my father, because I've talked to you all about this many a time, men just, they don't think the same way that women think. Like the stuff, like a man will stand around on a paper plate eating a chicken wing and be like, oh, happy holidays, and then walk out the door to go do whatever it is that he wants, right? A woman brings people together. Women pass down traditions. Women pass down culture. Women acculturate the children. Like you have it, like when you meet a person who doesn't speak, like a biracial person from like another ethnicity who doesn't speak the language, is because the mother doesn't speak it. Because it's the mother that teaches the language to the children. Unless you're like in a complex situation out in the West Coast where people have become ashamed of speaking Spanish and they don't even want their children to learn it. That's a whole different story. But what I'm saying is, for those of you out there who have Thai mothers, Filipino mothers, Japanese mothers, mothers from different parts of Africa, you know how to speak the native tongue of your people because your mother taught you that, right? Women bring it all together, and women make a house hospitable. Women make houses warm. Women make houses into homes. They do, right? All of this, women create a place for you to come during the holiday season to gather together. Women create the connections. This is why men live longer when they're in relationships with women, because men have a place to be able to release all of that stuff pent up inside of them to talk. Most men outside of relationships don't have anybody that they can speak with intimately. This nigga's talking about how he got meal preps and all this, he could buy anything that a woman can give. Yeah, baby. No. You can't buy someone navigating through this life with you. You can't buy somebody giving a fuck about you. You can't buy that. You can't buy somebody journeying and being a witness to your life. Let me tell you, this life has no meaning outside of the meaning that you give it. And any amounts that you can spend in communion with other people, navigating through this life, going on these vacations, witnessing these waterfalls together. You can't, no prostitute, even with the best GFE, no prostitute is going to be able to do that for you if she doesn't care about you. If you're just a paycheck to her, she's not going to be there sitting there out in Jamaica watching the waterfalls and laughing a good hearty laugh with you because she's a good match for you. A woman is your partner. She's not your maid. She's not the person who comes in supposed to clean up your underwear. Now listen, let me tell you something. Different people need different things in partners. That girl with the shorty blondie, what was her name? Erin, right? Erin's man needed a partner who would do the cooking, do the cleaning. This other woman with the longer hair, I don't know her name, right? He needed a woman who could do the 50-50 with him and also be able to pump up his ego. It's like niggas out here want to try to make you seem like you're irrelevant and like you're moot. They want to make it seem like you have no purpose, no place, like you don't bring anything of worth or merit. Let me tell you something. They want to act like you're just a Barbie doll. And that your personality doesn't matter, your likes and tastes and what you need as a human being doesn't matter, that you're just like a fucking Barbie doll where they could take one head, pop off one and pop it onto another. It doesn't matter as long as she's cute and got a big boot. It don't matter. No, but it matters. Because late in the midnight hour, when he's laying up there next to a person who may look good, but who doesn't get his personality, a person who makes him feel uncomfortable in his own home, when he's laying there feeling like a stranger with children that don't look like him, right? He's going to wonder why. Where is that person who makes me feel like I'm at home? Where is that person who we could sit up until the middle of the night underneath the covers laughing and playing with one another, that we could go on vacation and this person gets my sense of humor and we're able to participate in the activities that we like and want to do on this vacation? You want to know how many men go out there and marry the woman that they feel that their boys or society will like, and they lay up shivering at night because they don't feel the communion at home, and then they go through their Rolodex and on Facebook looking for that experience with another woman because they don't feel it at home. You want to know how many men go out there and they got their string bean casserole and their old oily, crunchy onions for Thanksgiving, and they're sitting there like, I don't want this shit, with the pumpkin pies up there on the table, and they're like, where's the collard greens and sweet potato pie? Where's that pecan pie? Where is that? You go, you see this nice orange pie, and you go and you bite into it, and you're like, this ain't sweet potato. You're like, something's wrong with these spices. And then you realize that it's pumpkin. And then you just withdraw into yourself looking at that damn iceberg lettuce on the table and them yeast rolls. And you're like, what is this shit? Where's the cornbread? When you cut into that string bean casserole and you see that white gook in there, and you're like, I just need some turnip greens. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, where's the greens? Right? You're like, where's the greens? And then the next thing you know, you over there salivating on Instagram and Facebook at the other people who married who was a good match for them, who are cooking the types of foods that they like to eat, that you're not over there eating some red slop with somebody calling it jollof rice and it looked like dyed oatmeal. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I feel like I went off on a tangent. Let me bring it back together. Every woman and every man needs something different from a relationship. Everybody needs something different from a partner. But men try to act like what you need and what you bring doesn't really matter because all you have to do is be a pretty face. No. You need to be a good match for him. You need to have similar personalities, similar goals and values and direction that you're going in life, similar spending styles and child rearing styles. You need to have so much in common to be able to really have a union and a partnership. This is how you know that these niggas don't know union. They don't know partnership. They don't. Oh my gosh. You all remember that video with that red oatmeal talking about it was jollof rice? Oh my goodness. We having some problems on Facebook. Facebook has bumped us off. I wonder why. I wonder why. Listen. Please make what clip? What clip do I need to make? Contact me later, Erica, so I can know what clip you're talking about. I see you all are writing a lot. You have to like each other. Which clip? The mutual beliefs and values? Absolutely. 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 How many of you out there have these men contacting you, these black men contacting you the day after Thanksgiving? Right before Christmas or their birthday or the 4th of July or Juneteenth or when the barbecue's supposed to happen and the electric slide never comes on. Instead, you hear some, turn your partner, and do-see-do, and turn right around. Instead of that, you can't believe it, it's electric, boogie, woogie, woogie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm talking about. Facebook is having some emotional issues. I don't know what's going on with them. Somebody said eating off the same spoon as dogs. I know you all seen that Love is Blind with Lauren, bless her heart, and that man talking about he ain't washing his chicken. I said, this is why I can't do it. There's a lot of people out there ain't washing their chicken. Listen, let's continue going forward because I don't want to get into a political discussion about washing chicken. I don't want to do it. Let's go back to this clip. All right.
But like, so I don't think Amanda really cares too much about how much you make versus how much she makes. She cares about how much she likes you versus how much she doesn't like you. And I feel like the problem is when women go with a finance mentality into relationships, majority of them fail.
All right.
The majority of relationships fail anyway because a lot of complex reasons, because people are going into relationships with people that they're not a good match for. Let me tell you something. You know what? I feel like I keep stopping this and we got so much more that we need to get through. Let me tell you something. I date, you all are nasty. I date men with money. It's as simple as that. Not because I out there seeking men with money. Always like, oh, you got money. No. It's not. It just is what it is, honestly. I date men with money. A man who makes money, his mentality is a lot different than this. Like a man who truly makes money. I'm not talking about somebody who came into money. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a man who's ambitious and knows how to create income, knows how to create streams of income. That man's mentality is different. They're different. They're not of this bum logic talking about if we got 10,000 in the bank and I use 9,000 to buy a car, are you gonna be over with that? No. They're just different. The makeup of a person is different when they have ambition and knows how to realize their goals. They don't talk stupid shit like this. They're men who know how to accomplish. Like people who lose at life have a whole different mentality. People with the poverty consciousness, there's a whole different mentality. Oh my gosh. Listen, let's continue. I'm sorry. Let's continue. I think this is where we left off right here.
And saying, oh, well, I make more and blah, blah, blah.
But listen, you could tell, first of all, you're not going to be my wife, and I don't.
I'm sorry,
right?
I can't listen to
According to Amanda, you're equal, right? Y'all got $10,000 in the joint.
I cannot. Let's not go forward.
I wouldn't put up with that. I know, but I'm just say like this. So I do work hard for my money, and I'm only downplaying how much money I make to, I don't know, appease you, I guess. But I do want to reference. I never remember this movie every time I want to talk about it.
Listen, I ain't appeasing a motherfucker. I ain't appeasing a goddamn soul. I make money. I know how to make money, and I'm holding. I carry. Listen, I ain't. Listen, you better already have your weight up. Or no, listen, it's not even. We too grown for that. We too grown for that. I don't date losers. Listen. I remembered. I told you all this story years ago. This guy, when I had TKO Skin, the production loft, he dropped me off at the production loft, and he wanted to come upstairs and see TKO Skin. He came up there, and he was looking at my shelves stocked with product, the bottling, the manufacturing area, the shipping area, the stock room. He looked around at all of that and he was like, wow, when you said that you sold, cosmetics, because it wasn't cosmetics, it was skincare, right? He was like, wow, when you said you sold cosmetics, I didn't know that this was the size of your business. He was like, look, I need to get myself together. He was like, He was like, he needed to get himself together to be able to come correct. And you know what I said? I said, yes, go on ahead and get yourself together. And I let him walk out. That was the last time that I heard from him. Last time that he reached out to me. Well, my number changed later, but I don't know. But nonetheless, right? He knew that he would not be able to be the man that he needed to be in a situation with a woman who carries like I carry, who's doing what it is that I'm doing, right? So I don't play those type of games. I don't play those type of games. When I meet a person and you start telling me, oh, I deliver for DoorDash, or I'm just trying to think of anything, right? I know that we're not in the same space. I'm sorry. I know we're not in the same space, and I don't want to hamper you from getting where it is that you need to be. All right? I let you go and big yourself up and do the things that you need to do, because there's two different types of men out there. They're the type of men who will be like, listen, I need to have my act together. I need to get myself together. And then the other type of men that'll be like, I don't care if you make more money than me, struggle with me. No. Because I already know that I'm not going to lay my head in any domicile that is lesser than the domicile that I know that I personally can afford. I don't want to make you feel like less than a man, but you will feel like less than a man when it's time for me to do what it is that I need to do, because I'm not going to. I remember when I was in my RV, right? I was driving on this road up in Antelope Valley, right? And I was on my way to Mojave, and I remember I was driving on this road in Lancaster. And in Lancaster, there's a lot of sprawling mountains and cacti and all of this beautiful, dry, arid area with the tumbleweeds and all of that beautiful, beautiful place, right? And I saw this black man with this white young lady out on a damn blanket, sprawled out on the street. And she was sitting out there. So there was this long lawn, and the grass is dry out there. So there was one area where the sprinklers had come on, right? And they had to run to go to a drier area. So they're sitting out there on this blanket trying to dry off with their appliances and stuff out there on the grass. And I thought to myself, right? This man took this girl out of her parents' house or wherever it is that he took her, and got her out on the fucking ground on a blanket running from sprinklers with all the appliances sprawled out over there. And you know how black men get when they're in interracial unions. So they were staring at me driving by, and I really didn't have, I was like, you know what? When I was displaced, I was with myself, right? But I can't imagine being out there and being displaced with a man living on some fucking blanket and he's not able, how you can't keep your girl safe at night. Anybody can come up and start squeezing her butt cheeks or whatever. You can't keep her safe. You out there on the road. They could steal whatever it is that you got. You can't protect. You can't provide. And it made him feel okay to have his woman out there on the damn grass and sidewalk with him. I thought that was disgusting, personally. I thought that was disgusting. I thought it was disgusting. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on Facebook. Maybe you know what? When stuff like that happens, it means that I've gotten into some sort of trouble on that platform. So this is why it's great to be a part of the text notification squad. It's as simple as that. Let's continue going forward.
But that Tyler Perry movie where Janet Jackson got the HIV because her husband was cheating on her. Anybody know that movie?
Something for black girls.
Why did I get married?
Four Color Girls.
Yeah,
Right.
Girls.
She was a lawyer. She made more money than her husband, and her husband took out a lot of the money out of their joint account, and she was pissed. And I understand that's not okay. But now I do want to reference Crazy Rich Asians, where the girl felt guilty for having way more money than her husband, so she used to shop on the low. So that's maybe something I would do, but not like shop on the low, but have a different account.
But what is the problem? Please help me out here. What is the problem for a man don't mind his woman making more money than him? What is the problem?
I don't personally believe that there is a problem for people who make that decision. If that's your decision to not feel a certain way, baby, that's on you. But as for me, in my house, this is how I feel. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of women of a certain age and of a certain tax bracket may feel the same way.
Well, wait,
I actually want to say, and I kind of agree with one thing that she says, and she said of her age. And that's a big factor because, you know, I really, really sat down and thought about this. And I personally feel like, you know, you got the typical traditional way, right, where the man has to provide the house and everything, right? Because growing up in the 1985, let's just say, or 1940s, women had less rights or made less money. So the man had to compensate for the restrictions that they placed on women. But now we're in 2021. There is no restrictions on women.
Go ahead, Rico.
Women can get a great job. Women do have great jobs.
That's
Women
right.
have the right to go to
Is there
college.
equal pay?
Yes, actually.
No,
Wait,
it's not.
time out, guys.
pay.
Time out, guys. I want to. We're gonna get right into that. But I want to let you know there is equal pay, but it is multivariate. But before I dive into that, women do have that great right, and they deserve it. I'm not saying that women don't deserve it. I'm actually happy to see that women can do everything that a man could do in terms of any occupation or any type of earning money or earning a salary. And now in 2021, when a woman can make the same amount of money as a man, like when I went to college at Montclair State University, 63% were women. You understand?
So
that means
y'all
37% were men. That means there was almost double women in a college institute that I was in.
That means y'all run the work. Y'all actually, there's more y'all in the workforce. So
Exactly.
yes, men probably make more money if they get that position. But people like us of color, right? They actually want to hire the black woman because you're a woman and you are a minority. So for us, we still trying to get that job. So yeah, if I got that position that you was in, yes, I would make more money than you. But the thing is, if I could get that position, so it still balances out, which is why 40%, going back, he used 38%, but CNBC said 40%
As of 2019.
As of 2019, they are heterosexual relationships.
Are making more money
than the men.
So,
First of all, there is, according to the Department of Labor in the United States, like people just start talking shit, and you don't know where they're getting this from, right? So this right here, this is the Department of Labor. I've showed you all this before, right? This is going to show what men are making, what women are making. This is the median usual weekly earnings of full-time wage and salary workers by quarterly averages, right? So here is white men. So this is 2020, 2021, second quarter, right? White men making 1,115, white women 929 per week. Women went down across the board because there were a lot of women who had to leave the workforce because of COVID, right? Because the children were at home with the homeschooling, right? Black African American, right? Men 828 went up to 877 because there were a lot of people during COVID that were doing jobs that other people couldn't do, delivery jobs and stuff like that were essential jobs to be done during the pandemic. Women, again, Black women 779 went down to 746, right? Asian men 1479, they went down to 1473. Asian women 1141, they went down to 1037. Hispanic or Latino 841, they went down to 825. 717 went down to 714 for the women. There is no group of women in this country that is making more money than their male counterpart. No group. No group. But they'll just start talking and not know what they're talking about. Let's continue.
Because there was like almost double females at the college, it's probably just based on the fact that like men can work for, the union or blue collar jobs where like women typically don't apply for those jobs. They have to go to school to get that, career that's going to give them that check. Anything STEM, anything with benefits, like with COVID-19, healthcare. That's really what's like super current, like right now. Will I be okay and sustain if anything were to happen to me, like in a hospital or anything? But within the relationship, there has to be like, regardless of whatever is happening in the household, regardless of whoever is taking the responsibility of the mortgage, the other party has to have this opportunity based on the standards of the relationship to contribute and make investments to the household. And if not, if the male prefers that, he just wants to take care of it and he wants to hire people to take care of it, okay, then let's talk about the entrepreneurship. Let's talk about real estate. Okay, so let's talk about this next property. Babe, I want to put my money into this and, let's double it. Let's triple it, let's quadruple it. That's an alpha female and an alpha male, they probably don't argue about money because they probably are just making it work for them. If you have it, why not double it? And any woman who is making significantly more or less, and it doesn't matter who has more or less, although the 50-50 investment is there, then the relationship is gold.
Yeah, and I mean and I say this all the time. I really personally feel as if there always has to be contributions and the relationship has to be reciprocal. I'm not going to get into any, especially like me, I'm not the newest generation, but I'm like on the edge of the newest and the one right before. So I kind of see both aspects. And I personally feel like I watch a lot of women be successful and I watch a lot of women not successful, right? Same thing with men.
What is he talking
about? But at the same time, I'm focused on my partner. So my spouse, as a woman, I'd rather choose the one that has the success rather than choose the one that doesn't have the success.
Is he positing that he wants to be with a woman?
The success, then I'm asking you to contribute your success to whatever me and you have. So whether it is, maybe I might take care of the house. Well, cool. Well, then let's start a business. We'll use your money for investments. But you have to contribute something. Otherwise,
this is our home.
Until you get upset.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean, like,
become disrespectful.
Oh, my God.
All right. This was a lot. The dust logic was just a lot, honestly. This was a lot. different people need different things from partners. And if you don't know what it is that a partner brings to the table, then don't get with that partner. If you don't see the need for a partner in your life, then don't be with a partner at that time. Just wait until you know. Listen, let me tell you something. A man who knows that he wants a partner, a man who knows that he wants to settle down, you don't have to convince him. He knows why he wants a woman. If these men are having a hard time figuring out why they need a woman, then don't be with a woman. Don't be with one. It's like this pandemic has taught a lot of people and shown a lot of people what life is really all about, what it means. A lot of us, let me ask you all this question. Let's do a survey. We're going to do 6 and 7, right? If you communicate the same way that you communicated before the pandemic, put up the number 6. If you have become more honest, more forthright, you don't have time for the bullshit, you don't have time for the BS, you don't have time to try to duck, dodge, to lie, to manipulate, to this, to that, put up the number 7. Let me see. If you communicate the same exact way post-pandemic that you did during the pandemic, go ahead and put up, or before, during, after, put up a 6 if it's the same. If you have become very precise, if you've had to learn not to take things personally, if you've had to just switch it up because you realize that there's so much more, that life is too short, that time is too short to be trying to hide the truth or this, that, and the other, go ahead, put up the number 7. Because I know for me, for some reason before, like when I would talk to customer service agents, I would not be truthful. Like people would call me in the morning. I wouldn't even tell them that I was sleeping. Now I'm like, I was asleep. I'm on lunch break. I'll check it in the morning. I didn't get back to this. I'm just very forth. I don't have the time for the mental gymnastics of trying to create different stories and scenarios. If they're like, can you take this number down? I'd be like, no, I don't have a pen. And I don't feel like getting a pen. I don't really care about the number. You know what I'm saying? That is me now. That is me now. I have this friend used to drive me crazy. He would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna call you later," this, that, and the other. It used to irritate me so much, but now I'm like, I don't give a damn. I don't have the time to be irritated. I don't. I don't have the time. It's just too much. It's too much going on. People dying, all this stuff. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to be. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever the hell you want. It's just maybe the friendship just won't work out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. It's no. And so we just came out of a pandemic, and these nakers, instead of realizing the holes that they have in their finances, the holes that they have, the lack of preparation that they have for a pandemic, the lack of preparation that they have to protect themselves, right? They're not preparing. They're not buying arsenals. They're not stacking up on canned goods and dried goods, them same powdered milk that took black men out the home. They're not stacking up on bags of powdered milk and canned goods and weapons and stuff like that. They sitting up here with fucking bandanas on their heads and twirly earrings and grills talking about, what you bring to the table? Come on. Instead of trying to figure out how to make legacy, what it is that you need as a man, what type of partnership is right for you. Because notice, you don't see people having these conversations with white women. You don't see black men having these conversations with white women like, what do you bring to the table? Because they know that she's bringing her white DNA that they feel is superior to their own. So they're like, oh, I know what she's bringing to the table. She got that Caucasoid, that European DNA. Oh, yes. You know, I need that in my life. We've been on for forever. Listen, there's so many broadcasts today. I appreciate all of you coming out and spending this time here with me. This was an annoying broadcast. I wonder, what does TB Moth mean? I see people putting that acronym up. I don't know what TB Moth means. TB Moth? I don't know what it means. Nonetheless, I appreciate all of you. I would love to turn on the phone lines, but I'm too tired now at this time. All of these broadcasts for all of these hours going back and forth and the dropping and all that other stuff, I need to replenish myself. So maybe we can do a call in tomorrow. I'll give people a chance to watch the video tonight. Maybe we can do a call in tomorrow because there's a lot of videos that I want to make, right? Oh my God. I appreciate all of you coming out. Let's get a dance out of here. Let's get a dance out. Hey, oh no. What is that? I forgot we had apples that had come in. Wait, all of these apples? Oh my goodness. Oh, they've been coming in for a minute. Okay, let's read the apples before we get out of here. Mabel sends $5 and says, I would have excused myself. Those aren't men. Yeah, but you know what? Those girls are young and they trying to please them and they want to be pleasable and all of that. But you already know how I feel about tasting the rainbow. Dominique sends 2 brooms and says, thank you with the dust and the sneeze. We're choking again. Listen, I had to bring the vacuum out. I don't know what was going on. It was too much. Petrina sends $3 and says, the way you bring it all together is so refreshing. Really? I wasn't sure if I made sense during this broadcast. If you all gained something from this broadcast, we're gonna as soon as I get the comments up. Hold on, let me see if I can get it up here. There we go. Is it there? It's not here. It's not. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh. It's not gonna. I can't. It's covering the thing, so we can't. We'll do a survey after. Dominique sends 222 and says, Tanya, you tripping? Do-si-do, your partner. You know that's how they. You go, and the next thing you know, they talking about swing your partner down to the left, and you don't know which way you're supposed to be going. And let me tell you something, because you know that I was out in California, and I went to one of those what do you call them things? Them step classes or whatever. I forget what it's called. Square dance. I went to a square dance. Oh my God! Don't come there trying to improvise. They will jump you. Oh my gosh! They don't. Everything has to be uniform and perfect. There's no interpretative skills. If any of you out there has ever square danced, you know what I'm saying. It's very strict, and they'll be looking at you because you'll be doing your thing. Like you'll be like, "Oh, this is a cool move," and they'll be there looking at you with eyes of dagger. Like you cannot. Jess says, "Truly enjoy your show." She sends $2. Thank you, Jess. Deborah sends $1 and says, I was told it was safer for Black women to go to college than Black men. It's safer? Okay. Not with all the assault that happens on campus, but nonetheless. And she comes back and says, we're made to do trades. BM dropped the ball and chased. BM dropped the ball and chased. BM dropped the ball for Cooch and skipped education. They skipped education for some reason. I don't know if it was Cooch or what. I don't know. But that's horrible. Ashley sends 111 and says his faux Dior headband. Was it fake? Wait. Was it fake? You telling us that's not real? Why must you all be like that? So why would he have that big ass thing on his head and it be fake? Oh, this is embarrassing. That's embarrassing. All right. So let's see. And then Constance. Connie? Are you here? Connie, where are you? It's been so long. Text me. This is Connie from LA. Oh my goodness, where have you been? Connie has gone missing And she's finally around. Just come to my website, TanyaTKO.com, click on contact and send me a message, right? Oh my goodness, listen. You all are the absolute, you all are the absolute best. Listen, listen, I don't know what's going on with his hairline. This whole show, listen, a lot of you sent this to me. I just want to get out of here, honestly. I just want to get out of here. Thank you for coming out. Hey, come on, stand up and dance with me. Come on and get your little dance on with me. We got a minute and a half of this song. Come on. You know how it is. Hey. You know you can't do this while you square dancing. You gotta be all straight and be like, turn to the left. Oh, turn to the right. Oh. Come on, dance with me. Hey. Oh. Ooh. Come on. Throw the boxing gloves up. Come on. Hey. Hey, come on. I appreciate you all coming out and spending this time with me. You all are so dope. Thank you. Hey. Come on. Hey. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is knowing your worth. Stop letting these people give you discounts and try, where's my focus? Where's my focus? Stop letting these people try to give you discounts. Stop letting these people try to tell you what your worth is. Trust and believe there's somebody out there for you. Just find the right person for you. I don't know what else to say. You are worth being happy. You deserve to be happy. And stop trying to make people feel like your personality means nothing and that the biggest thing that you have to offer is pussy. I remember when I was in my 20s, people tried to make it seem like pussy was all I had to offer. And it never resonated with me. And people try to act like you got to lead with pussy first, but then they're like, pussy don't mean nothing. But then they want you to lead with pussy first, and they want you to be sexy, and they want you to be all of these different things. But I'm like, cultivate your personality. Become the woman that you were meant to be and find the man who is right for that woman. Don't try to be some empty vessel for a man not knowing what it is that you like and want inside your life. Oh my God, listen. Watch my videos over here. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Here's my other links on this side, and come to my website, TanyaTKO.com. Go to Amazon and, my book. Go to Amazon and get my book. Search for Tanya TKO and Self-Love. It's right there. And I will see you all in the next video. Make sure that you join the text notification squad. All of the links are in the description. Peace.